Oh boy, today we have a huge rebuild, and guess what it is? A Traxxas XRT, baby. What is good, you guys? Welcome back to another RC video. So, if you were in the last live stream, first live stream I ever did, if you guys were in it, you guys are probably aware that my youngest son traded his Traxxas Max for a green Traxxas XRT. We knew it was having a little bit of issue electronically, but that was it. Well, he ended up breaking the truck down for the most part, and it was a lot. It was going to be a big project. I knew he could do it, but it was going to take a lot of time and a lot of patience and a little bit of money to get this XRT back where it needs to be. I kind of threw out, I said, hey, if it's a little overwhelming, I can do a deal with you. I'll give you a couple cars and a bunch of parts. And he's like, yeah, Dad, I'll do it. So him being my son, of course, I'm going to give him a little more for the XRT, of course, that needs a total clean and restoration. Parts need to be fixed on it, which I'll show you guys what I replaced on this thing, along with having to fix the electronics that were all jacked up. So let's go ahead. I'm going to show you guys everything that I did here, and then we're going to get building this XRT. All right, first off, the car did come with two sets of wheels and tires, one non-belted and one belted. So here's everything that I cleaned and replaced. We'll start down here. So we cleaned all this up. I did replace the center and front and rear skids. These are brand new. We got all this stuff cleaned up here. All this stuff cleaned up nice as well. So I did have to replace the center chassis and the rear chassis part of this car. It was down here. I think there was a screw that was stripped out and broke. And it's same as the front part. I think it was right in here somewhere. One of these broke off inside the chassis, and the chassis was messed up a little bit. So I just ended up replacing both of these, the entire chassis sections. But everything else cleaned up good that I put back in. I did go through the front and rear diff, cleaned everything up, put new grease in. So I did have to replace the front ring gear in this section of the car. And I did have to replace the spur gear as well. It was all messed up too. Along with, so the car was having issues, like I said. I had to replace the receiver and the transmitter in this car. It was shot. Then we had to totally go through, recalibrate, reset everything on the electronics and everything like that. And then the rest of the parts cleaned up good. We do have some mud guards that came with the car. I may put these on. They are printed, so we might try those out. What else did I replace? I did replace a bunch of hardware. They were pretty bad, pretty rusty, and it wasn't worth cleaning up. So yeah, you guys, I might have missed a few things, but I had to clean, replace, and maintenance this entire car, along with getting the electronics lined out, which was a pain. The body cleaned up good. It does have a little wear here and there, but it's in really good shape. I got a couple drills over here, a couple tool kits, and I'm ready to go. I like to start with the chassis, so we'll put those together first. I like to have a lot of this stuff ready, and like I got the full front section kind of assembled, and then of course the entire rear section assembled, all the gears, covers, all that stuff. I am gonna have to take this cover back on when I mount the motor on though. So we're gonna go ahead and put this together. We got the chassis together in one piece. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and get the shock towers on and the braces that go inside of them. So we got these two braces here. So we're gonna go ahead and get this done, and we'll get on the next step. So of course the entire chassis is assembled. We got the center drive line in. I did put the servo in, Shock towers are on, of course, along with the body brackets. Everything's moving along really nice. Okay, so I ended up getting the battery trays on, the battery hold downs, and the side guards on. So I'm going to go ahead, we're just going to knock out the electronics, motor, ESC, receiver, get everything buttoned up, and then we'll do the suspension. Alright, so all the electronics are in the chassis. Everything came together really good. Now I do have a problem with the mesh is a little tight on the motor, on the pinion and spur. It's a little bit tight. And I set them right where they're supposed to be, and I didn't tighten up the screws very tight, because if you do tighten them up real tight, it draws that motor and that pinion down more into the spur. So I barely snugged them up. It's still a little tight, the mesh is. I'm hoping the gears will wear in a little bit. So far we got the front suspension on. You guys let me know about these mud guards. These things are pretty sick looking. Let me know down in the comments what you think. I like them. We do have the rears over here as well I'm going to put on. So yeah, down in the comments let me know about the mud guards. But I think they will, help out the suspension for sure. What do you think? That thing is looking pretty sick. Look at the rear mud guards. Very nice. So I think we're going to be putting the front and rear skids on and that center skid. Oh yeah, front rear skids are on, center skids on. Time for the front rear bumper, Willie Barn wing. Man, looky that. That is nicey nice. We got the front bumper on, the wing, the Willie bar. You know what this means. We got the nuts. We got to throw these wheels and tires on and the body. And we're done. Alright, so there we go. The Traxxas XRT build is done. We blew the thing apart, cleaned it really good, lubed it, greased it, fixed it. I did replace the pinion and spur in it. We did put a 54 tooth spur, 18 tooth pinion. I pinned it per Traxxas instructions, but the mesh seems to be a little tight on it. So I kind of loosened the bottom screws on the motor a little bit. That helped it a little bit. Hopefully the pinion and spur will break in and we'll be good. But it's not bad. I did have to replace a ring gear in the front diff. We replaced the skid plates all the way down the bottom of the truck. We had to replace the transmitter, receiver, because it was shot. Rebind everything, calibrate it. I replaced a bunch of hardware in this thing. Some of the hardware was, a few screws were bent. A lot of them was rusty, so I just replaced them. But yeah, other than that, everything came together really good. Very happy with the truck. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below of the XRT build. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments. And yeah, that's it. If you guys like the content, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for more, and we'll see you on the next one.